Hey everyone, welcome back to the Adam C. Moreno Show, guys. It is a beautiful day to be alive. One of my friends who started on YouTube much earlier than I did, he used to always start his vlogs like that, saying, what a beautiful day to be alive. And honestly, it is. I'm so grateful to be here talking about the news with all of you tuning in. It is really, really exciting. So I want to talk about some of the news that is happening today. There was another cabinet meeting with all the cabinet members, and we have some really, really interesting developments and some news, and I'm just really happy to be able to talk about some of this stuff. People from Pam Bondi to Tulsi and Gabbard to RFK Jr. to Elon Musk, as well as some takes from the Democrat Party about insider trading, as well as market manipulation from AOC. All really, really interesting stuff. So let's go ahead and jump right in, play some of these clips, talk about what's happening in the world. And yeah, I'm so happy. Also, guys, if you like being part of these conversations and really what we do here, please consider liking and subscribing. It's one of the most meaningful ways that you could support this channel. All right, guys, thank you so much. Now, let's get started.
And lastly, we've been scanning. I've had over 100 people working around the clock to scan the paper around RFK, Senator Robert F. Kennedy's assassination, as well as Martin Luther King Jr.'s assassination. These have been sitting in boxes in storage for decades. They have never been scanned or seen before. We'll have those ready to release here within the next few days.
That's great. Bobby, how do you feel about that? That's hitting,
I'm very gratified.
That's hitting close to home, isn't it?
No
When you think, I'm thinking about Bobby when that statement's made.
I'm very grateful to you, Mr. President.
What an incredibly wholesome moment. Tulsi Gabbard talks about this incredible level of transparency, especially regarding the national conversations that has plagued so many people going past decades. And as soon as President Trump hears this moment, he takes it back to RFK Jr. because obviously this hits home regarding his father, regarding his uncle. And I think this is incredible. This is a huge win for transparency, but it also is it's an incredible win for one of the most iconic political families this country has ever known. Some of the critiques in this moment is a lot of people are saying, oh my gosh, well, you know what, Tulsi Gabbard, you said you were going to be releasing some other lists regarding Epstein. Well, what's happening with that? That's some of the flack that she is catching, but I take this as another win for transparency. So I love it. Now, we also have this other moment. Saw this from End Tribal. This is RFK Jr. talking about some news that you might have already heard. Check this out. RFK Jr., Secretary of HHS.
And we are going, at your direction, we are going to know by September. We've launched a massive testing and research effort that's going to involve hundreds of scientists from around the world. By September, we will know what has caused the autism epidemic, and we'll be able to eliminate those exposures.
So big. Think of that.
Could I just say that throughout this whole cabinet meeting, I love that President Trump was always just giving so much credit to his cabinet members, and he expressed so much gratitude to RFK Jr. here, as well as talked about the importance and the implications of this data and this science. So this is a huge win. Also, this is from Elon Musk talking about DOGE. I saw this from Anna Matson. She has these awesome bullet points here saying that Elon Musk said that there is now a reduction in waste by $150 billion. That's your money. That's my money. This is the American taxpayers' dollars. And it is so crazy what DOGE and Elon Musk's team has been able to uncover. Regardless of where you stand in the political spectrum, waste, fraud, and abuse within the spectrum of politics, that should frustrate you. Check this out.
Well, thanks to your fantastic leadership, this amazing cabinet, and the very talented DOGE team, I'm excited to announce that we anticipate savings in FY26 from reduction of waste and fraud by $150 billion. And I mean, and some of it is just absurd, like people getting unemployment insurance who haven't been born yet. I mean, I think anyone can appreciate whether, I mean, come on, that's just crazy. You know, some of these things, people ask me like, well, how are you going to find waste and fraud in the government? I'm like, well, actually just go in any direction. That's how you find it. It's very common. it's as the military would say, target rich environment. So I think we're doing a lot of good and excellent collaboration with the cabinet to achieve these savings. And it'll actually result in better services for the American people. And that we're going to be spending their tax dollars in a way that is sensible and fair and good.
And your people are fantastic. In fact, hopefully they'll stay around for the long haul. We'd like to keep as many as we can. They're great, smart, sharp, right? Finding things that nobody would have thought of. Very computer savvy.
Yes. We're working hard to get the Trump Gold Card operational, hopefully in the next week or so.
That'll be very exciting.
Really exciting.
That's a pathway to
Wow.
citizenship.
Yeah.
Into the
So not only am I happy about Elon Musk really dedicating so much of his efforts, especially at the cost of what you've seen happen regarding Tesla and so many of his other businesses as they go through these attacks. Even in this moment, he's still so dedicated to the future of this country. I love that. But in this moment, I'm also really happy to see President Trump just elevating these people and giving them praise. And I do think this is another thing that we could go ahead and pull from the differences between President Trump's first administration to now. I do think we're seeing a completely different president. This is crazy. He is still strong. He is still firm. But there's something very, very gracious about this second administration that maybe goes back to that one warm and terrible day in July in Pennsylvania. So that is wild, but that is what I am pulling. And here is also Pam Bondi talking about the Tesla attacks as well as dropping the hammer, making sure that the people involved actually face the consequences. Check this out.
And, you also gave us a directive to prosecute the people who are going after Tesla to the fullest extent of the law. Some of the greatest police work I've seen. We've made 4 arrests. There will be no negotiations at your directive. They're all looking at 20 years in prison. And within the next 24 hours, you're going to be seeing another huge arrest on a Tesla dealership, President. And that person will be looking at least 20 years in prison with no negotiations.
That's great. That will stop it. Cold.
Domestic terrorism.
Thanks.
Wow. There you go. Within 24 hours, there is a time ticking right now. That is, I love to see it. Okay, now talking about some things that I'm seeing in among Democrats. This is very rich. Check this out. Elizabeth Warren posted this tweet this morning. She said, "No lawmaker in Congress should be able to own, buy, and sell individual stocks. We need to ban congressional stock trading, and I've got a bill for that." There you go. So if you're someone who has been sick and tired of seeing so many people in Congress get rich using the money that you and me are actually essentially giving them because they are obviously taxpayer funded, this should make you smile. Although for me, I have a little bit more hesitation. To me, it's not just good enough that you guys aren't able to do this, because we know that the cheap way out is having your spouse do or someone in your family do it, because there's nothing is preventing that. There's no prevention metric for that. So a lot of people in the comment section are actually advocating to make sure that no one in their family or no spouse should actually also be able to own, buy, and sell individual stocks. So the question that I would love to ask you, is that too much? Is that going past the line? Is that a little too personal? I don't know, but I'd love to get your perspective on that. We also have AOC here in DC. Check this out. They are also talking about insider trading, and I'll just go ahead and play this video. It is a 1-minute clip, but it is a good one. Check this out.
Trump seems to be doing, from tweeting people to buy stock and then later announcing his development on taxes. If people are pissed about insider trading here at the House, look at what's happening at the White House right now and with the Republican Party.
Do you think he knew what he was doing when he sent out that message about stocks before he made the announcement?
It sure seemed like he did. I don't think that it was a coincidence. I don't think that Trump just coincidentally said buy stocks and then shortly later made an announcement that dramatically inflated and dramatically raised a lot of these asset prices. And, you know, I've heard murmurings on the floor that there may have been people that knew that this was coming. And I'm very interested in seeing some of the stock disclosures that come out in when those reports are due. And I'm very interested in what members of Congress have been buying and trading stocks in the last 24 hours prior to this tariff announcement.
Wow, there we go. So wherever you stand, something that we do know, there does look like there's going to be a call for transparency regarding stock trading. This was a crazy week for the stock market. So many people all over the place are saying, oh man, you know what? The economy is not the stock market. Every people on the left are freaking out, saying, oh, what a terrible time to own a Tesla. What a terrible time to own all these stocks. This Trump is totally obliterating a perfectly good economy because of what he's doing regarding tariffs. This is so bad. Everyone's talking about selling. But as soon as President Trump actually says, no, you know what? It's actually a good time to buy. Suddenly things are okay. I don't know. I think there's much better and smarter people to answer these questions. But what I'm here for is some sense of transparency and holding our lawmakers actually accountable to doing the job that they said they are going to do. So anyways, guys, that's the video. Definitely a quick one. We're flying through these conversations, but sometimes whenever you have a big news day and there's a lot of things happening in there, that's all we can do. But let me know what you thought about some of these conversations in the comment section. These are definitely some heavy topics, but with some pretty big implications. And I think that's really, really exciting to see. So let me know what you thought about this conversation in the comment section. Give me your take. What do you agree with? What do you disagree with? We love a 360-degree perspective. And I hope you have a great and wonderful day. And as always, guys, please consider liking and subscribing. It really, really does mean the world to me. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Episode's over already? Jeez, that was fast. Well, they say beautiful things do not last forever, but feel free to watch and listen to another one of these episodes if you're interested in those conversations as well. Also, this next part is huge. Make sure to obliterate that like and subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never skip a beat. I also have a newsletter where we dive into the news, politics, and ideas that shape our future. If you're interested in signing up, I'd really appreciate that. Anyways, that's the end of this episode. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and I'll see you next time.